some of the basic concepts of object-oriented programming. The first one is called as object. What is the meaning of actually the object? As I already given some brief knowledge about object, the definition for object is objects are the basic runtime entities in an object-oriented systems. In object-oriented programming, objects are actually the runtime entities, basic runtime entities. That means the object takes some space in the memory and it is associated with some address. Just like whenever you create any variable, it is stored in the memory and we can access that variable. In similar way, whenever you create an object, it is stored in the memory. And whenever you run the program, these objects are actually run. So it is called as a basic runtime entities. These objects may be represent anything, just like person, it may be a place, it may be a bank account, it may be some table of data, or it may be an item that the program may handle. Sometimes these objects may also represent some of the user-defined data types, such as vectors, list, queue, stacks, etc. It may be objects which can be physically visible, or we can assume, or maybe some mathematical data types. An object takes up space in the memory. As I already told, it takes some space in the memory and I can access that object by using some address. In object-oriented programming, we can analyze the program or we can solve the problem any programming problem is analyzed in terms of objects and the nature of communication between them. If I want to solve some problems in OOPS, I have to study what are the different objects I need and how actually these objects communicate with each other to solve the problem. That is the concept you studied in this OOPS. When a program is executed, the object interacted by sending message to one another. Okay, if we want to solve some problems, this object communicate by each other by sending some messages. For example, see, this is a banking program. Okay, now I have written one program for banking, bank. Now it needs two types of objects here, customer and account. Now the customer want to, or the customer required the balance. Okay, so it will send one message to the account object. Now this diagram will explains. Okay, now how the communication is done between two objects, customer and account. Whenever the customer needs some balance information, it will make a request to the account object and the account object returns the balance to the customer. Each object contains data and code to manipulate this data. Means each object consists of data and methods. Objects can interact by knowing the type of message accepted and the type of response returned by the other objects. Each object has to know what are the messages accepted by the other objects. For example, if the customer object wants the balance, the customer object has to know what are the different messages I can send it to the account object and what type of return it will return by that method or message. That is actually known to the customer first. Then only the communication should be done.